Hey guys, it's Paradise, and if you like the sound of intense ship battles, boarding enemy ships, stealing loot, and getting into shootouts, then Wildgate is a game that you need to check out. It's a bit like a treasure hunt in space, except everyone else wants the treasure and they will fight you for it. This is one crazy game that we're glad we've been keeping an eye on, so when Dreamhaven reached out for a sponsored video to check out the game, we knew it was a good fit. So today we're diving into everything you need to know about Wildgate because we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. First, you might be wondering, what is Wildgate? Well, it's a player versus player multiplayer shooter that blends together tactical ship-to-ship combat with fast-paced first-person action. Think of Sea of Thieves but in space with the action dialed up to 10. Each match will throw you and your crew into a procedurally generated battleground in space known as the Reach. The map is packed with unpredictable hazards like cosmic storms, dangerous alien creatures, hidden outposts to loot, and most notably, other player ships and their crews who are ready to blow you up. Your main goal is to grab the ultra-valuable artifact and escape through the Wildgate once it opens up, or alternatively just blast everyone else out of space and be the last crew standing. What makes Wildgate stand out has got to be the ship-to-ship combat though, or defending your own with first-person shooting. It's the way they've executed this that makes it feel special, where your ship is your base and you constantly need to manage resources like ice, fuel, and ammo, while upgrading your ship by scavenging loot or taking down rival crews. Every match is ultimately a very different experience, so you never really know what to expect and you need to constantly be ready to adapt, improvise, and make decisions on the fly. For instance, one minute you might be peacefully looting, and then several enemy ships may just roll up and a whole fight breaks out. There's a few modes to play. You have the standard mode, which is the main mode, that has 20 players in total, with 5 ships and crews of 4 players each. Each match has a maximum timer of 60 minutes, after which everyone will lose if the victory conditions of escaping with the artifact or being the last alive isn't met. There's also a versus AI mode if you just want to play co-op with your buddies against AI, and there's a tutorial and firing range to practice and get familiar with the different weapons and mechanics. Furthermore, there's a roster of unique Prospector classes to play and unlock. Each of these have unique abilities tailored to different tasks. So if you want to be aggressive, defensive, focus on PvP, or utility, there's plenty of different choices. There are 5 archetypes of Prospectors to choose from, with some archetypes having multiple options, and your Prospector can be customized with different voice lines, sprays, skins, and more. There are the Raiders that currently includes Adrian, who can fly faster and has a jetpack for a speed boost. Then there's the Explorer Venture, who's a robot who doesn't worry about oxygen and has a faster health regen speed. Next up are the Boarders, including Kay, who can teleport, Ion, who has 4 arms so he can hit harder and carry more, and Moths, who can fly faster and camouflage. We can't forget about Samo, the ship defender though, who can see enemies through the walls in your ship and regens on kills. And finally, we have Sal the engineer. He can salvage items and repair things much faster because his multi-tool has a bouncing passive. So let's run down what the matches are like and how it plays. The game starts with each crew racing to grab resources, unlocks, and the hidden artifact that is somewhere within the Reach. You can pick a loadout of your choice before loading in, where you select your Prospector class, your 2 weapons, your 2 equipment items, and your ship type preference. In the match, the environment will pose a constant threat, so you need to be aware of your surroundings while looking out for other players and nearby things to grab or loot. There's abandoned outposts to explore and loot, and you want to focus on grabbing as much as you can early for the inevitable confrontations you will soon encounter. Because once someone grabs the artifact, the game really kicks off as a chaotic chase breaks out, where either you're trying to escape to the Wildgate with it, or the enemy ship has grabbed it and they're going to the Wildgate, so your new priority changes to stopping them. But do beware, the artifact, although needed for winning, will make you a target for everyone, as it will mark you on everyone else's map. Your ship isn't just about how you get around in the Reach though, it's kind of like your base. It's your main defense and offense altogether. So picking your ship will matter a lot, from the weapons you grab in the match to the type of ship and your game strategy. There's 4 different ships to choose from, each with different benefits and drawbacks. First, you have the Hunter, which is a gunship. This has below average health, but does have 3 front-facing turrets and a faster shield down speed. Then there's the Scout, which is a fast ship. This boasts a faster max speed, turn speed, and increased afterburner duration, but has lower health and less turrets. In contrast to that, we have the Bastion, which is a secure ship. It's much bigger with higher HP, it has securer doors, and a ton of turrets in all directions. And finally, there's the Privateer, a battleship. This still has good HP, but also has a gun deck with 6 turrets and faster shooting projectiles that makes this a beast if you love going for PvP ship battles. Now, getting good at Wildgate does take a bit of practice, but luckily we've put that practice in, so we have some handy tips that will hopefully help you out. From managing your resources better to sneaky ways to outsmart other crews, here's some helpful tips that I wish I knew sooner. First up, you probably already know to check your map in any game. But in Wildgate, the map is extremely useful as other player ships will show up when they're engaged in combat or after you scan them with a probe. This allows you to better plan, ambush, or avoid other players by just checking your map every so often. Fuel is also extremely important for boosting, while ice is needed for repairing your ship's health. So you want to make sure you don't ignore these resources and you stockpile them early in a match, or you will be outpaced in a chase or battle. You can find ice and fuel floating in clusters, so try to stockpile as much as you can early. Around 30 is great, and as much fuel as possible. Once you have a good reserve, then you can prioritize looting. Because any character at any time can teleport back to your ship by holding C, you can have the ship pilot leave you behind to gather ice or fuel in space as they progress to your next target location. Once you have mined the material, you can then just recall back to your ship without wasting your crew's time, making gathering much more efficient. Next up, you will eventually get into a ship battle, and when you do, you will no doubt get some fire spreading in your ship, and you should prioritize putting this out. Fire will constantly damage your ship's health and spread, multiplying that damage. If it gets out of control, you will be in big trouble, so make sure to deal with fire very quickly. Clamp jets are something to look out for as well, as these are portable jets that you can loot throughout the match and then attach to your ship to use in an emergency. These give you extra speed when you shoot at them, making for fast getaways or chases. There will likely be situations where you need a big speed boost, so these are really handy. If you do find yourself boarding an enemy ship though, if you ever get the chance, try jumping on their helm and disabling their shield with that one button press. This allows your ship's weapons to bypass their shield and go straight to damaging their hull. A sneaky board and then shield disable can be devastating if done well. Watch out when boarding though, because shock fields are extremely powerful both on your ship and the enemy ship. These are gadgets that you loot and then place on a hardpoint in your ship. When anyone manually presses the button on it, it will electrify the outside of your ship, which near instantly kills any enemies trying to board you. It's extremely strong to deal with people trying to get into your ship, but be aware that enemy ships can have them too, so watch out for this. Next up, as the match progresses and you loot, everyone's ship gets better with rarer weapons or hardpoints over the course of the match. So if you're getting chased by a ship with much stronger weapons than yours, that will likely mean defeat in a square-off fight. But if you manage to board their ship, take them out, then you can be sneaky and steal their rare weapons and turrets. Just make sure you have around 5 seconds to hold F and take their weapon, and then make a speedy retreat to your ship to swap it in. Well, from my experience, Wildgate has been some fantastic fun. It has that blend of tactical depth that I like, but also just crazy space action. It's the perfect thing to try out with friends if you're looking for something fresh in the multiplayer shooter space. So check it out with the link below if it interests you, and tell us what do you think of the game. Here at Arix Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 26.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very, very soon.